Welcome viewers, please like, comment and subscribe. King Charles III is believed to have U-turned on plans for a slimmed-down coronation in favor of an extra-decadent occasion to advertise the UK. Meghan Markle's biographer Ahmed Scobie hit out at King Charles III for being out of touch with his plans to keep a luxurious coronation after discussing the great nervousness and hardship felt via Britons in his Christmas speech. The king featured photos of meals banks and meal offerings supplying help to the struggling public in the midst of one of the worst cost of living crises skilled in the UK in decades. Mr. Scobie, however, branded His Majesty hypocritical for denouncing the country of affairs presently dealing with Britons while turning on his plans to have a leaner coronation provider in favor of full-out pomp and circumstance. Mr. Scobie said. It appeared alternatively hypocritical for the king to categorical sympathy and issue for difficulties confronted with the aid of the kingdom he serves when simply a week prior to recording his message at Windsor Castle, he had quietly made a dramatic U-turn on plans for cut-price coronation celebrations. Buckingham Palace had until now introduced the king's coronation subsequent May would be scaled back in contrast to the provider held in honor of Queen Elizabeth II in 1953. But Prime Minister Rishi Sunak closing week pledged the coronation will exhibit off the fine of Britain and will be a unique moment for the country. Mr. Scobie estimated the value of the coronation ought to require up to £100 million, double the price of his mother's coronation over 70 years ago. King Charles III coronation price of living King Charles III will have a full-out coronation subsequent 12 months. Ahmed Scobie King Charles III coronation news. Scobie stated the king speak about the price of dwelling disaster used to be rather hypocritical. He added. Despite the estimated improved cost, Charles's ceremony will be shorter and final between 1 and 2 hours, as antagonistic to his mother's 3-hour event, with rituals regarded out of date or cumbersome reduced to permit for the decreased run time. There are additionally anticipated to be a long way fewer attendees at the 2023 coronation. 2,000 in contrast to 8,000 at the late Queen's. The King's coronation will fall much less than a year after the UK skilled a 4-day party to mark the late Queen's Platinum Jubilee in June. Charles will additionally go via his first reliable birthday parade, Trooping the Colour, in June 2023. King Charles' coronation May additionally 6 King Charles's coronation will take location on May 6. The chief of the anti-monarchy crew Republic, Graham Smith informed Yahoo News the selection to go in advance with a massive coronation ceremony was once crass thinking about the warfare many households throughout the UK are going through. Mr. Smith said. Working humans are struggling to pay a lease and mortgages and feed their kids. The car that Greta Thunberg owned at 19 says it all. Televolt Davide Tabula sponsored links. It is completely crass for Charles to demand a coronation that will be each and every bit as extravagant as the remaining one. The coronation isn't necessary, he is already king. This is all about merchandising the monarchy and fulfilling his ego. But historian Lord Roberts of Belgravia stated each King George VI and Queen Elizabeth II's coronation took region at a time of heightened stress for each the UK and the relaxation of Europe. The king's grandfather, who ascended the throne in 1937 after Edward VI's shock abdication occurred under the hazard of Nazi domination of Europe at the same time as his mom took over at the same time as warfare rationing used to be nevertheless in place. Lord Roberts said. They had been each events when we should remind ourselves of our values and the feel of optimism that noticed us via these horrible crises. The government have to be applauded for taking the courageous choice to host a much-needed occasion suitable subsequent.